Hello, you beautiful people. Today we are back with another video, and it is everybody's beloved Desert Storm. Today we are facing 918's 4-star stacked Thai or mainly Thai alliance. As you can see, they have 4 players over 280 MTHP, with the star leading the ranks at 319 mil THP player. Big, well organized, and just great fighters. On our side, we actually didn't have Holdout or Jay, so Gear was the biggest player, and I believe Carried is also signed up in this team. Then we had Love, Min, Loving as well. So we have what I would consider to be better depth, perhaps, but they were more powerful on the top end. So this is definitely going to be challenging, low key. Not to be negative about it, I'm not too sure if we can get it over the line, but we'll give it a good go. As you can see, 4 of their biggest are now in the opposition side, so it's going to be a long day. Normally, teams like to split their bigs. It's what we do, for example, but sometimes you do come across some alliances that just have everybody in one team, and that pretty much secures the W for them. So I am on Oil Refinery 2 today, which is by far the worst spot for someone my size, because at the beginning of every game of DS, Oil Refinery typically has their biggest, and right now you see I'm up against the star. It's a bit of a useless battle, man, because look, I'm just getting cooked. Look, and he's speeding up as well. Yeah, long day for me. I just went through the battle reports and he's at 91 mil, man. I'm not going to be able to do anything against that, so I'm just removing the troops off my wall and hoping for the best at this point, because he is going to be smacking me. And the map is looking kind of bleak at the moment. Everything is red, so it's not looking too good. I'm just waiting to respawn, and I saw that the oil refinery was free again, so that means that I could go ahead and do my thing. Now, boom, collect the points, man. You got to make sure that if you're going to hit a building, you should be ready to snag the points up. And this is literally the only reason why I don't prioritize it, but I do push my planes so that I can collect these points a lot quicker than other players can. And this time I think I was up against High Nose, I don't know how you pronounce it. Again, he's a much beefier player than I am. He's at 280 something. So this was going to be long, but I do have some reinforcements, so it's okay for now. And I know that I can come back once I get smoked. As soon as I find out that people don't have any troops on the wall, I typically tend to send my squad 3 and 4 just to kind of get free hits whilst keeping my 1 and 2 at home, or perhaps sending 1 or 2 towards a building. Despite the bleak beginning, the score is actually fairly even right now at 35 versus 34. I just know that we have to hold on to the refineries and do our best. And also this, I want to point this out. I don't know why I sometimes get deluded into thinking that I'm a whale, or I'm like Qatar playing this game, where I get to gem my marchers and it's like, yo, you ain't that guy. Just relax, you are not him. And that's okay, because not everybody can be him. You don't need to speed gem your marchers, especially when diamonds are relatively scarce right now. At this point, we realized that actually we might stand a chance if we let them take the silo and we just have to hit it towards the end. So 53k versus 47k, we're leading, but we're going to let them take the middle, stack up those points as well so that we have not an easy dub, but if done and pulled off properly, should basically guarantee us the W. You know, in order to be a good team player, you have to stick to the plan. I was assigned to the oil refinery too. Despite knowing that it's an awful spot, you just have to keep showing up. And like Canyon Storm, we also have a rotation, so we try to get as many people involved so that all 30 players get their points whilst also securing the W. But this game being so tight, I knew that I had to stick around and use my speed ups if needed to make sure that we can get over the line. Okay, the middle building has now opened and so far we're doing good. Nobody's going for it, but at this point is when we realize that actually there's a few squads heading that way, which I think they just sent the people ahead of time. So carried, bro, if you're watching this, I don't know what you're thinking. Get your ass out of that building, my boy. Thankfully, someone came in and took the silo, so now we're just going to let them build the points and hopefully get the job done in the last 5 minutes. Okay, so we're roughly halfway through the match now. A lot of people have lost their troops. They'll be moving around. At this point, I have a little bit more freedom to move. I'm still going to stick to my side of the map, but I have a little bit more freedom. So I'm going to move to the hospitals and also hit up people at the refinery. We're now 15 minutes into the game and the score is what, 121 to 110, so it felt fairly even. The map keeps switching between red and blue. There's moments where it's primarily blue, and then there's other moments where we lose our footing, but we grab it fairly quickly back as well. Very, very proud of our lot, man. Despite them having the big 4 heavies, we managed to hold on, and I think we should get the job done. All we need is for people to not hit that silo, and we should be good. Once again, bro, I don't know why I'm here speed marching with diamonds. I don't know, genuinely, who do you think you are? We're approaching the final 10 minutes and the score is now even. Of course, they've had the silo building up points for the entire time, so that does a lot of the heavy lifting. We've been having a nice back and forth for the oil refineries as well, so that's what kept it entertaining, honestly. Sometimes, like right now, it's tough. When they have 2 of their biggest there, and I have Gear with me, and Gear is basically fighting them alone because I'm trying to be a pest. Like, as soon as they send out their first, that's when I tend to strike and give them a helping hand. Unfortunately, I'm not the biggest, so I do what I can, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then we get sent back home, and we come back again, and keep being relentless. Okay, we're adding the finishing touches to the silo plan, and this is actually worth sharing with you guys as well. If you are going for this last minute silo attack, try and space your players out, because the boxes coming out of the silo go far and wide. They don't go to the nearest vicinity of the building, so in order to get to them quickly, make sure that you space yourselves out so you have a better chance at securing those extra points to make sure that the swing is perfect. this point, they're sending in a lot of reinforcement to the silo, so they know what's happening, we know what's happening, we just have to make sure that it's timed right. Gear for me had an MVP performance, especially towards the latter stages of the match. It was basically 2 against 1 and he managed to handle them. Okay, we're flying in now. I'm going to start hitting the bases that are around. I'm not going for the silo just yet because I'm awaiting more people to do so. But just as I was about to send my first squad anyway, I'm getting smoked. But I managed to gem it up, I think. And boom, it was gone. Unfortunately, I was unable to collect points, but our team did. And we managed to swing the score our way. At this point, they weren't making that deficit back, so we knew it was a W. We obviously didn't want to get too cocky, so we kept fighting for the oil refineries, but it was pulled off beautifully. But okay, that's going to wrap up this video, man. Super happy with the win because honestly, yes, we're stacked as an alliance, but when our big players are not here and still secure the W over a much stronger alliance, at least in this instance, big win for us. So super gassed about it. Well done to everybody. Well done to our opposition. They played an amazing game as well, but we were just a little bit better. All right, man, I'm out. Peace.